Hey everyone, thank you for still watching this video. My name is Chris, where I make fun reviews for movies and more, and vlogs like the one you just watched. And today, I'm going to share with you my thoughts on the American Victory ship that's located in Tampa, Florida. This world-class ship was built in 55 days, and it's fought in wars such as World War II and the Korean and Vietnam Wars. It's currently one out of the 4 remaining fully operational World War II ships in America. And as I just mentioned, if you're ever in the Tampa Bay area, this is actually located in downtown Tampa, right behind the Florida Aquarium. I highly suggest checking out their website for so much more detailed information such as these screenshots right here, because you'll be surprised to find out the fascinating history along what you can expect to find on the ship, such as a hospital, kitchen, engine room, and cabins. Plus, I didn't realize myself, but it appears they also have different types of fun themed events throughout the year. And what made me want to check out this specific museum was because I'm always down to check out new places and experiences, especially if I think it'll be a fun vlog for the YouTube channel. But since my parents were in town, I thought they would really have fun and appreciate it, since my father is a veteran. You could tell from the clips that he really appreciated all the details and high quality everything was on the ship for how old it is. Even for myself, I could just tell by walking on this ship, just everything is just so impressively built in regards to just being man-made and here in America. And it just brought back good memories for me, because I do remember, not sure if I shared this with you guys, but I was one of the fewer common kids in America to be a Cub Scout or a Boy Scout. And this is pretty much like a young boys group where you learn to do like campfire stuff all in regards to that. I remember we had like go-kart derbies and little fun things like that in regards to just guys getting together having fun. I only did it for like a few years, but I remember we did go on this one trip where I think we spent the night in one of these large warships. And I remember my father was there, and we also did like a camping trip. I remember that one trip, it was very fun because you're in these ships and it just has this different type of experience in regards to just the history behind everything. So for me, going to this new American Victory ship, with my father, it kind of was like a full circle moment for me after like 25 something years of that childhood experience that I had. So that was nice. But although that I have this personal experience in regards to this type of museum or this type of ship, does that make this ship experience for myself a great one? Now, I personally would not say that like U.S. history or military history is like one of my top passions or interests, because I'm not a veteran myself. And although I love and appreciate American history, it's just not one of them hobbies and interests that I fully look into and watch on the side or study on the side. So for me, as you could watch from my channel, I got so much videos, so many things going on. One of my main passions is movies, for example, whereas someone like my father definitely loved it way more than me, I would say, just due to his experience, 25 years in the military. So that's where this review is going to be somewhat different in regards to someone like me and maybe someone like him or yourself, if you're a veteran or if you just have a strong passion for something like this. But I would say my top 3 pros for this American Victory Ship Museum would have to be obviously the great history. The history is the obvious. On top of that, it's the pricing. And then I would also add the privacy. When you're walking the halls and entering all these different types of rooms, you get this sense of pride being on this ship, just knowing what our veterans fought for this country, for these specific people that were on this ship. And I'm not speaking as if, like you're walking through and it's like a sense of ghosts or spirits going around, right? It's more so just in a sense of pride, because even looking at this technology at this time and how limited they were, I mean, just of what they could use at this ship during this time decades ago is just nothing but impressive of how they were able to plan out their strategies and effectiveness. The pricing was also very reasonable, with adults being $15 and seniors and veterans being $12. And when I mentioned the privacy as a positive, I guess it was just the day we went, or maybe it's just not that many people go to this type of museum, and it's also kind of hidden in the back of the Florida Aquarium, like I said. But the day we went, there was hardly anybody there. But even if there were a lot of people there, I believe the way this museum is set up, like most museums, is that you could just wander freely. You could wander freely anywhere you want on the ship, whether if you're inside in the interior decks or above on the top decks. And I feel like I just appreciated that freedom to just walk around. I believe you can do tours, but I know for us that day, we just kind of took our time and went everywhere on the ship. And although you can touch some of the surroundings, you really can't touch the items that are in the rooms, for example, as you saw in the vlog where it says do not touch. So obviously I played a little joke, like I was about to touch it, but I never did touch it, because these are like historical artifacts you definitely do not want to play around with. Now, my 3 cons, my 3 negatives for this review, for this experience, is probably more so on the personal end in regards to just my own opinion, which are not even big negatives. But I would say if you go in the summertime, be prepared to experience very hot, warm weather or temperature inside the ship. It was very, very warm because I don't believe the AC was on at all. So just get ready to experience that if you do go in the summertime, because obviously it's Florida. I mean, no matter where you go, you're going to be sweating. It's going to be hot. But that's just one thing that I do remember from being on the ship and experiencing this. And another con, which is probably not a big one, like I said, it's in regards to just this museum, this ship, not being that interactive for the guests, because they really keep things as it was on the ship from decades ago. So if anything, it's just more so things you could kind of just view in regards to just stuff being in the glass, or you enter the rooms and obviously you can't touch these items, but it's not many interactive things. There's a few things, but not as much as you would think, because it's not modernized at all. They really kept it very traditional for this ship, for this museum. And my last con is the obvious. It's probably not even a con, but I'm just going to mention it. And this is what I was mentioning before. This is all in regards to if you find an interest in this type of museum, in this type of history, such as the US history or military history, right? So for me, although it's not one of my biggest hobbies or interests, that is one of the only negative things I would say that in regards to this review. So with all that being said, even though I just mentioned these historical sites such as the ship may not be one of my strong personal interests or hobbies, I still have nothing but love and respect for my country and the veterans who fought and still fight for our freedom. I would definitely recommend everyone checking this out at least once, and even myself may attend again, depending on who may have a stronger interest than me at that time.
I don't like that look, man.
I saved your life!
I saved your life. That's the whole point. What the hell were you even thinking?
You told me not to think!
Tell me what I got.
So a chill rating for my channel simply means that I had an okay experience. This doesn't really take away from the quality of the ship and the history of the ship. I have absolute love and respect for that. It's just in regards to my own personal opinion for my experience there. But definitely check this out. I mean, in regards to like the price of entry, that's absolutely a pro. And even in regards to the history, like I mentioned, if you go on a beautiful day, maybe go in the wintertime, so the weather's a little different, I highly suggest checking this out and let me know down in the comments your thoughts. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to click that like button. If you're new here, consider subscribing. This way you could join us for more fun reviews from movies and more future vlogs to come. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.